The Southern Uplands, a place where the winds never sleep and the cold settles deep into the hills. Up here, everything feels stripped back, raw, quiet and untamed. Tonight, I'm camping on Saddle Yorke, just me, the frost and the sound of the wind. There's no comfort out here, but in return, you get moments like this, when the hills catch the first light and the world feels still for a second. This is why I come out here. This is camping on Saddle Yorke. Stephen, the Geordie Wild Camper, and tonight I'm heading up here. Look how steep that is. So I'm out in the Southern Uplands. This is a place I've wanted to do for so long. They call it the Hike Up Nick of Scotland. It's got very, very similar vibes. And I'm heading to one of the ridges on the right hand side of it. It's part of a horseshoe called the Hartfell Horseshoe. Around about 8 miles or so. And I'm going to pitch up on one of them. There's not really any distinct path for this one. So using OS maps, I've kind of figured one out. There was a couple of the routes on there that people had left, but no real path on there. And from the car, it's straight out and straight up. There's no messing about on this one. Oh, bloody hell. So I'm assuming I'm over here. I'm carrying a heavy pack today. Pretty heavy pack. Oh. Got a 4-season tent. I've got pretty much most of my winter gear because it's meant to get around to about -3 on the top, plus wind chill. You know, you could be talking double digits at that point. Interestingly enough, a lot of people do it the opposite way around. So they'll go via this way, up onto Hartfell, and then back down onto these, and back down to where they've parked up. But this gill here is supposedly very steep as well, and I wanted to be on that Munro, is it might be a Corbett actually. And so instead of doing the whole horseshoe this morning, try that again. So yes, it's quite a steep ascent, but actually a lot of people do it a different way. So they'll go up the gill here, along at the top, onto the ridge, and then once they reach the top of that ridge, it's pretty much a plateau from there. But for me, I didn't have enough time to do that full horseshoe, so I've chosen to come to this one, and then tomorrow morning, depending on what I'm feeling like, I might come and do the whole thing, see what time we get up in weather conditions, of course. And I definitely wasn't using that video break to catch my breath. I don't want to get leggied. The sun's blazing in my eyes. Gotta sort my foot on my boot. Do you know what? I'd like to thank whoever placed this rock here. It's been the perfect seat on this last bit of ascent. So this is me breather, and I'm straight up. But the rock's perfect. Look, it's got like a little back bit for your bag just to rest on nicely. Just take the weight off. So I'm going to have 2 minutes, and then it's that last little bit up there. It's a little bit windy, but the views are insane. Ow. Just been whipped in the face by the tags on the bag. My face is cool. But we're here. We must be a good 20 mile an hour. Some decent winds. Right. Get the bugger. Quarters off guard. Here we are. Crikey. That's my GoPro whistling. bit here looks the flattest. Just this part here. Oh. We'll have a little look along here anyway, see what it's like. Because it looks like the views are pretty awesome as well. So that's under Saddle Yorke there. Ah, here we go. This could be the spot. What do you think? Pretty epic. That bit over there. Sunset's down that way and sunrise is that way. So, in all honesty, I'm not bothered about that side. So let's get sorted. Let's get pitched. God. I've just had to take... Shit. That wind keeps whipping up every now and again. Every now and again that wind's whipping up. But I've had to take my t-shirt off and the jacket I was wearing, the mid layer, and put on a different mid layer because that wind was making us freezing. Oh god, I'm gonna have to find somewhere and get pitched. Just keep getting stuck. God's sake. Yeah, that's me all set up now. I'll give you a little look around and then we'll do the anemometer. So everything guide out. It's rolling pretty strong at the moment. It's taking a bit of a batter on here. I haven't got a peg for this one, but I should tighten these up a little bit. Right, it's just tight. Oh, it's not very tight. That doesn't help. Doesn't help anybody, that does it? That's better. Yeah, pretty solid. Yeah. Eyes in. happy with that. Right, let's have a little look. Can't be massive. I've just resetted there. 25s. Can't see that very well though. 18, 15. Well, 26 struck gust there. Oh, there you go. It's me not even holding it right, man. There you go, 28. 30, 31. 35, 37. Yeah. So some decent, consistent winds. And it's all very well. I've got that door open, I'm going to close it in a second. But yeah, very happy in a perfect setting for it as well. The uplands roared as the sun went down. The tent bowed, the air froze, and the hills turned to the shadows. One last bit of light, and then the kettle on. Don't mind me. I look like the Michelin Man. Everything in town. Got my full winter gloves on as well. Because it's cold, it really is. But this is my cold. It might be windy, but look at these colours. No issues whatsoever. But look at this. Oh my god. Back in with the chicken chow mein. Oh. Bloody hell. My coffee's got an hour. The wind had just died down and it's decided to pick up again as soon as I get out. It's been about 20 minutes where it's definitely a little bit less. The gusts are coming through, but not the constants that were there. The sunset has given off an unbelievable orange haze, and I've just been enjoying it. Exactly what you should do on a camp. Oh, it's good to get a bit of warmth in you, because it's been cold, very, very cold. The stars are starting to come out now, and I'll be hopefully getting a few shots myself. Seems some of the frost is dropping off the inner of the tent. Shows how cool it is. I've just been out taking a few shots, trying to get them. It's Baltic. It's absolutely so hard to take them. You put gloves on and you can't use the camera correctly. And that wind's picked up again. Yeah, that's just part and parcel, isn't it? That's the fun of wild camping. Do you know what? Let's have a little chat, because I've got something to say, actually. Yeah. So something was brought to my attention, and that was a conversation on Reddit, and it was about Nortent releasing a new tent, this one namely, and I think the caption went, "You know when Nortent is releasing a new tent, because all the grifters get the tents for free." So I think I read it and then went down and read the comments, as you do, and someone wasn't or shared their opinion of me, essentially saying he only uses tents a couple of times or whatever, something along those lines. I can't remember. Anyway, I wanted to address that really. I think of tents like I think of my trainers. I like to change them. I like to use different ones. I like to experiment. I don't want to come out and use the same tent over and over again. There's certain ones which I keep or I go back to. That's different. But I am very, very fortunate to be sent a lot of these pieces of equipment, and I think a lot of people don't realise these brands don't necessarily send them because of my videos. They send them because of the photography that I give them. That's slightly different. But I just wanted to kind of say that. You know, some people like to take their tents out and use them 50, 60 times in the last 15 years, which is great. That's entirely up to them. For me, it's like, I love taking new tents, I love trying new things out. I generally give a little bit of an opinion on them, but I always give a caveat to say this is just an impression of me using it, and most of the time I don't review things, I just use them, and people get to see them on the channel, and that's pretty much it. If you see that as a bad thing, that's completely fine, because it's your prerogative, but I just wanted to address that. Make sure people didn't think, you know, I wasn't using things properly, or because I do get a lot of questions around tent, and people do ask us advice, and that's because I've used a variety of different tents. I know what I like, and I think I'm long enough in the tooth to know what is quality and what is not. You know, this Varde that came out, the additional poles, the change to DAC poles is a major thing for me, because that is tried and tested, and you can feel confident that you've got a great set of poles, along with the materials, along with the quality of the workmanship. I certainly haven't had any issues with this, and it stood up some pretty decent weather this evening, you know, but, you know, hey-ho. If you're going to put yourself out there, I think you have to accept that you're going to get a bit of criticism, and I get my fair share, which is completely fine, but that doesn't mean I can't have a rebuttal or have a conversation about it and hopefully change somebody's mind. One thing I have thought about actually is I've done a little bit of a review. I went back through me content, the channel, and I was looking at what I did and thumbnails and what the content was, and a lot of it was focused on gear, and primarily because that's what I was using at the time. But hopefully you've noticed a little bit of a change in the channel, in that I've tried to do a little bit more storytelling. I like to do the voiceovers and tell you a little bit about the place and that type of thing. Now sometimes that doesn't permit, and generally those videos don't do anywhere near as well as some of the gear stuff, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles. For me, I enjoy making that type of content, you know, giving you those scenic shots and a bit more cinematography than just vlog style. As I stand here or sit here talking to you vlog style. But I like to mix that brand together, so you get a bit of both. You get the wide shots and the close-up shots, along with the B-roll, the drone, whatever, along with me chatting along. Anyway, big thank you to everyone who does support me. Honestly, I can't thank you enough from the bottom of my heart. It's mint seeing you all commenting and being part of the gang, and, you know, even critiquing and saying when I've done something wrong or giving us advice. That's completely fine. I've got no issues with that whatsoever. So big thumbs up, and thank you so much. Just making sure everything's guyed out, everything's okay, because we're getting some strong gusts coming through. I'm going to loose that one. Same. Let's get that one right out. These are very tight. Not all. I think these have loosened off a bit. Same with these. I've wrapped them round the condensation. To be expected though. You can see it calms down and it comes back with a vengeance. I could deal with that, to be fair, but it is what it is. Oh, there we go. That's a bit better. But all in all, absolutely solid, this thing. Well, don't know how well you can make me out, but I'm just taking in the Milky Way here, shooting across the top of me. I was just taking a shot down there, the tent in the Milky Way, and we had a shooting star just come in after, so I was a little bit gutted, because if I'd been 10 seconds later we would have got the shooting star on that. The wind's still out there, pushing the tent with every gust. Inside it's quiet, just me and the soft glow of the head torch. Time to settle in, pack away the day, and let the hills do their thing. The night drifts on, stars wheeling overhead, and slowly the darkness starts to soften. Tent doors flap as the first light touches the sky, and the hills glow orange. A new day begins. Oh, good morning, folks. Good morning. Well, that was a bitterly cold night. Freezing. I had a couple of hot pockets in. It must have got down to about -2, -3. Quite a bit of frost on the tent as well. Bit of condensation as you'd expect. But it looks like we're going to get a bit of a stunning morning, so you know there's a bit of a trade-off here. I've just brewed a coffee, so I'm going to get that on. Some blusts in the night, which were probably the 35s, 40s, something like that, what we picked up on the anemometer. Nothing more than that really, but this stood up firm. Everything's looking absolutely solid, no issues. So a real good test, and a very impressive result for the Nortent Varde 1. But that's not why we came out today, or last night even. We came out to enjoy these views and get that mental reset from a wild camp, as you do. Right, I'm going to get me brew down this. I've got a couple of hobnobs, you know, nutritious breakfast, and I'm going to watch this sun come up. No better than the first coffee in the morning. Especially when you look at views like this. Oh my god, what a morning, folks. What a morning. So this is nice and clean. What a morning. And I believe if I'm still here at around 8-9 o'clock, we might see the first snow of the year. There is some snow due, but we'll see. We will see. I will probably be off by then. Oh, just can't get enough of it. There it is. There it is. New dawn. Brings refreshed hopes, a new day, new challenges. No better. After a long cold night, that thing comes up. Wow. The morning started with colours spilling over the hills, and now the clouds are rolling in, dark and fast. Time to pack up, leave it behind, and head on. Right guys, I'm all packed away now. Leave no trace as usual, nothing left. Only a bit of frost and snow, but relatively flat spot. Sun's gone, the clouds are coming in. It looks like the forecast could be right. That looks like a bit of snow coming in, so do you know what? I'm going to get off before it comes. I'll catch you on the next one.